Shout out to the man himself, Mr. TSM, and your girl, Fanny. Welcome back, everybody. We got some information that we want to share with you guys. Not information, but just a reaction to a video that's been floating around on social media. Um, I'm just, I'm just lost for words. I mean, I'm really
You
not even
know,
surprised. Go ahead.
you know, um, for the people that's gonna be tapping in, I see we got some people tapping in on reverb. I see y'all. We got three on reverb
Shout
so
out to
far.
Rebirth.
Um, we was gonna take off today. Today was gonna be a chillax day, but I guess it's so much stuff that happens and it just fits our profile, and it's like if we not doing nothing, why not? We not tripping. If how many people over here watching, we up here to do our jobs, and so let's dig into it. So what we got going on, Fanny?
It's a viral video that's been going floating around on social media. I can't shout out Hello Twisted Minds. I can't shout out the other platform, but it's a video that happened in my city, and people been hitting me up asking me if I want to talk about it or whatever. But my take on it is, when we going to get to the point to where we're going to stop committing crimes on and then recording them, and then be surprised when law enforcement come knocking on our door? When we gonna get to the point to where we gonna social media is not always a place to make a quick buck, when especially when there's a crime being committed? When we gonna get to the point to where it's just like, okay, instead of me recording this, why am I not reporting this? Do you agree or disagree, TSM?
I agree, and also my thing is, all right, take it back up there. My thing is that that's exactly what it is. What you just said, social media. We no longer have to be entrepreneurs. We no longer have to even really go clock in a 9 to 5 if we capture the correct essence of a video. Um, and this such nature, they know what's gonna pretty much get them viral. And you got to keep this in mind and remember this: it takes one viral video for you to be set for the rest of your life, depending on if you manage that money in a correct way. If you manage what happened and what video, how your video went viral, you manage that in the correct way. Of course, the interviews, etc., everything's gonna come. So that that will never change as long as we got platforms such as this great platform here, YouTube, TikTok, etc. That'll never change. Just because everybody's seeking that one viral moment, and that one viral moment ain't always the fun moment, right? Sometimes that one viral moment is something crazy or something impactful that happened in somebody else's life. And in the midst of this happening, we thinking about what can come out of it. We're not thinking about other people's lives that's in danger at the time. And we trying to be the first person to capture this. And the way people looking at it now today is, if it was me, everybody gonna do the same thing anyway. Why not? That's just the way some people thinking. But to answer to answer that question, I think that has a lot to play with in the age of when we're gonna get over this aspect and start doing it in that such way.
I just think it's unfortunate that you can't go out and have fun and enjoy your family or go to a restaurant or whatever, and with
Yo, you freezing bad, like real bad. See for there. No, it's not my internet. All right,
Y'all,
yeah,
but
you freezing.
when
Yo,
something
Fanny, it's freezing, or is it my internet again? Yo, Twisted, can you hear me, or are we both freezing? Hold up. I think that's her internet. Give me a second, y'all. Oh my God, she must got that Dish Network. Greetings. Could y'all hear me? Could y'all hear
perfectly,
me?
but you
Okay, could everybody? Okay, I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was me that was freezing very bad or you that was freezing very bad. And Twisted Mind says freezing, or is it my internet again? You sure it was me?
can hear.
Oh wow, it was the opposite on my end. Okay, so all right, thank you. I don't know, weird. I'm sitting right next to the network connection, so I don't know as of why it will do that. But go ahead, continue, please. Hey everybody. Oh, life. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Life with Paulette. I don't know if you've seen me, sis, but I was in your live stream earlier when you was talking about the dirty water and the clean water, and dirty water being the old French you used to lecture on to. So I don't think TSM rapper ain't tapping in. I'm tapping in and know exactly what was going on. I was tapping in with ESP, everybody else that was there, Nicole. And I was there for quite a bit of time, and I just want you to know that. So I don't want you to think TSM not paying the old favor back by going and support like I said I'm gonna do. Go ahead, Fanny.
She said she saw you, TSM. She said she saw you.
Okay, cool.
What I was saying was people like, well, you being here because you reporting on it. I'm reporting what happened in my city, and it's like when we get to go downtown or go out to eat or go see a movie or whatever case, wherever we may be, that we could just really enjoy ourselves without it being a viral moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some things need to be captured, like what you did with being falsely accused, wrong identity, things like that. I understand that, but if you're just really going out and enjoying yourself, it's just like I don't understand it. I don't get it. And then when the police come knocking on your door because you capture yourself committing a crime, because from the news media, they also looking for the person who recorded the video as well. What do you think about that, TSM? Like, do you think the person who's recording the video should be held accountable, or the people who actually were involved in the ruckus? Or do you think it should be something that's separate?
I mean, legally, that's absurd. You know, we can't. It's just like somebody else next to you losing their life due to GSW, and you can't do anything about that. Sometimes that's one of our rights, right, to record for our protection. And who's to say that person was a recording because they was in fear for their lives? And so for them to be looking for them in a criminalized way is very, very absurd to me. I feel like, even if you don't call the police and the first thing you do is get your camera out when something big like that happens, is because that can be your last moment as well. That can be your last moment as well. And so a documented footage would definitely play a big part in that. And so I don't think them people should be held accountable for anything for doing. I think it's our Third Amendment, whatever, whichever one of our rights it is. We definitely have the right to do that, which is record anything that we see, especially when we feel like we are in fear for our life. And when it's something going on around us, such as a big crowd or a riot or something like that, we definitely 10 out of 10 kind of feel and fear for our lives because we think small sometimes by looking at all the videos and always hearing about it, and it never happens to us. You gotta realize that it could always happen to you, and you can be next. And so, if I'm in a situation like that, or if I'm near a situation like that where there's this big thing taking place, I might pull my camera out and record too for my safety and protection.
Yeah, and I also want to say too that these people might even be from our city because we did have a huge music fest that started on Friday and ended today. So it could have very well been visitors from different cities. And regardless of that, I'm not making any excuses. But it's just like why every moment have to be why is the mindset? And I'm just playing devil advocate. Why does the mindset always have to be I have to go viral? I have to be social media famous. Can you give me a little insight about that?
Well, you gotta think like this. It's right in front of our faces. The todays and tomorrows is right in front of our faces. Just small examples like the Kai Cenats and even the rappers, the DDGs, and a lot of these people became famous overnight. And I mean, especially in today's era, there's more music and entertainment being put forward in front of us now than there have ever been. And so there's more influence from more of these entertainers for the kids to be tapping into. And with these kids being surrounded and impacted by so much rap or streaming influence, they're waiting on their next moment. And any moment can strike them to go viral. Now they right there with their favorite celebrities or superstars, streamers, rappers, cooker, vlogger, whoever it is that they was watching. And so I believe that the entertainment source in today's world versus us, we had to go to TV for hip hop sources such as BET Awards and 106 and Park. We had to actually turn on the radio. These kids can pull out a device and search their favorite celebrity. Now they don't have to wait for radio play to hear their favorite song. They can go straight to it. And there's so much influence in front of them that they can't do nothing but be influenced by what they're watching and what they tap into. And so with them being influenced by all of these influencers, aka celebrities, they waiting on their next moment too. They know it can happen overnight. They don't have to put in a 24 year round work profit to make that happen. They could just pull their phone out or their device out, hit record, and a 10-second, 15-second video can cause them to go famous overnight. And in today's society, with the kids, as far as the kids, who doesn't want that, right? That's exactly what they are thinking.
Let me ask you this. You uploaded a video, well, a YouTube short that talked about your experience with mistaken identity. And I know you didn't receive the positivity that you expected from everyone else. So you uploading that video did it. Can you tell the people if you received any positive or negative feedback, and how did you handle the negative feedback from the video that you uploaded?
All right, so the reason I recorded it was for my safety and protection, which I absolutely went down and filed a complaint against that particular officer. And come to find out, this is like his third complaint in 1 month. And so
Wow.
sometimes,
Wait a minute. Let me stop you. Wait a minute, TSM. You said it was his third complaint in 1 month.
absolutely yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow. Okay,
A
proceed.
lot
Go
of
ahead.
a lot of those officers, and even though it's not right, but I think some kind of way, in a sense, it is right. It's an officer for officer thing, right? To where you can go put in a complaint. And I'm telling y'all from experience because I personally work with police officers. That a lot of those complaints will get throughout and never get received the way they're supposed to be received. And so with you building a relationship with a police officer, sometimes you get to know these things. Like that particular police officer, I don't want to really say his name, but his name is Officer Douglas. And he particularly said to me, "Why is it that three different black civilians complaining this guy within a time span of 1 month or 30 days is how he put it, and took down my complaint. And so the first thing, the first thing he asked me, right, when I went down there and made my complaint, do you have any evidence? Do you have any video evidence? Do you have any witnesses? The first thing I did was show him my video evidence. And so that's the first reason that I recorded that, is just kind of for awareness. And also I knew that I was going to make a complaint, but 9 times out of 10 when people say they're going to complain on a police officer, they never do it. But me, for one, I do it because I work with these guys, and so why treat me in such way? And so just to kind of cover my back, which I believe, he's going to end up having to suffer some kind of consequences. The way that Douglas was explaining to me, he's going to suffer some kind of consequences. Says that he walks around with a chip on his shoulders, and a lot of us would never know this type of stuff. That even they own people see flaws and problems in them, and we will never eliminate these problems from these police officers in the field of law enforcement if we're not documenting what's going on in a legal precautious way. Hey, Helen, thank you for coming.
Hey, Helen, Ashley, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. And please like this video while you're in the chat. Thank you so very much, ladies. My second
And
part, I'm sorry, go
the
ahead.
receivement. You was asking me about the comments and how I dealt with the comments, right? And that did I get any good comments? I can say that the good comments I probably got was from the people that's really like subscribed to me, people like you, of course, Helen, and other people, so on and so forth. But as far as everybody else looking from the outside in, I even had people say, after that situation, people my color say, even after that situation, why would you go back and record him? Like the way that they're saying that, like that's breaking the law. Like they scared to do that. A lot of people don't know that this is your right. You have the right to do this. You same way you go out, or your boyfriend or cousins, the same way they go out, or these gangsters go out and confront each other in the world, and it leads to death. It leads to somebody losing their life because they're going to confront each other. You know how they tell the gangsters, if y'all real gangsters, go and do what to the police what y'all do to each other. Y'all taking each other's lives. Somebody call the police on y'all gangsters. Y'all quick to put y'all hands up and say yes sir, right? And I'm standing on, if I'm going, if I've had experience in the past where I've confronted people who was scared of me, and it's like, yo, that's cowardice. If you really a man, confront somebody uh who would it be, trouble for it if it comes down to it. And with that officer violate my right, I confronted him, and I didn't even do it for no view. I haven't even checked the views. I don't even care about the views and not like that. I was trying to show people what happens out here, and then you got people agreeing with what happened. Oh, if I seen you, you would have been the first person. I would have stopped too. Look at the tattoos, and it's like, don't we have the right to dress and appeal ourselves how we want to appeal ourselves? Um, and so it's like, yo, I don't think we're gonna ever win with that one. It's gonna always be some negative to say. People want to know why I confronted them. People saying that they don't blame the officer for stopping me, and it's like, if I was your brother, if I was your uncle, if I was your dad, would you have said the same thing or had the same thought?
That's crazy. How do you feel about, it's always mistaken identity or racial profiling? And I'm not talking about from police officers, but from people in general, like people who make comments about, oh, you look the role because you have tattoos, the dreads, you rap, the jewelry, and they're like, hey, I would have stopped you too. Not knowing that, not even knowing you personally, but just based off your looks alone, how do you handle that? And what would you recommend to someone? What advice, not recommend, but what advice would you give to someone who has the tattoos, um, have the dreads, but they're like an everyday college student? They don't rap. They just walking down the street minding their business, and they're automatically being racially profiled. What advice would you give them?
You know what? I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you. I ain't on this platform to try to look cool or to be cute or none of that. I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you, right? For me, um, personally, I'm an artist, right? I feel personally with my feeling and my the way I think an artist, even if you're a rap artist or a song artist, whatever artist you are, you have to be unique. You have to stand out from the previous rapper or artist before you, right? And so this is what I chose to look like right now. Granted, I knew for sure, I knew 100% the backlash I was gonna get. I knew 100% the profiling that I was gonna receive. Reason why, and I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you, right? In today's world, now this is not when I was growing up. I'm a 90s baby. In today's world, if I see a young man right now with some dreads, tattoos on his face, right, and it's just a random person, and he rang the doorbell, I would talk to that young man through that bell camera. If this was a clean cut gentleman, nice shave, he got a suit on, I open the door and say, "Yeah, how could I help you?" Reason why is because we have a bunch of what you call copycats. You have young men and women who wants to be just like rappers, and they're doing everything that the rappers say. They're appealing themselves how these rappers appeal themselves, which is me, certain other artists. They are dressing and looking and literally appealing themselves. 15-year-olds putting tattoos on their face. They're appealing themselves like us, and they're going after the street rappers, right? And so I know if this young man was born in the 2000s, whatever the case may be, and he has that unique appeal right there. He's looking like that. He looked like I can tell it's somebody who rap. They look just like that. I'm gonna stay away from them. They're influential, very influential. So nowadays, a look really means something. Looks tell a story down here. Looks tell a story.
But do you think that's a fair assessment if somebody comes to
Absolutely
your
not.
house and they work from Amazon and you order something from Amazon and he got facial tattoos, he got dreads, and he ringing the doorbell and get to give you your package? You just gonna be like, no. You just
Listen,
like, no,
listen.
I'm
No,
not
no.
gonna open
Let
the
me t-
door for
let me
him
tell you
or
something.
her.
This is what I tell young man. Right now, this one right here gonna knock it out the ballpark. So y'all listen to this one real quick. Listen to this one real quick. Right. This is what I tell young men that looks like me or kind of look like me or got the appeal like me. Right. I'm on you. Go. I tell people all the time when they look at me and ask me questions like, "Yo, you do this? You rap? You so and so?" I tell them, "Yo, search me up on YouTube. Right. Go check out my live streams. Go check out some of my work. Right." So I feel like that your personality and your traits as a person could always overband and overshadow your looks. Somebody can look at me as an Amazon worker when I'm knocking on their doorbell and they can go, "Oh, this young man, it depends. You got people who slouch over, slouch down like this. I'm at the doorbell with my hands on my hip." You know what I'm saying? And so it depends on how you carry yourself too, as a man, as a woman. And so you can look like anything, but that person can get a certain vibe from how you act, your emotions, the way you walk, the way you may come up. Anything can give somebody a head start of who you are as a person. And like I said, somebody ain't even got to hear me talk. They can see me walk up to their driveway. I got my ghetto cousin who's walking through their grass, and they see me just do a U-turn and go around and all the way around the driveway and up the sidewalk. Okay, this man has manners. He chose not to walk on my grass. Let me get his young. Maybe he's not one of those guys that just look like that. And so it depends on how you carry yourself when you first introduce yourself. Even if the introduction is not a verbal introduction, right? If it's just you coming into the building, right? You know what I'm saying? And so how you enter a domain or introduce yourself is basically how people are going to carry you or look at you. Like I say, if it's an Amazon worker, he got tattoos, dreads on his face. If he's sitting there with his hands, you know how them little young dudes be having their hands inside their pants, like down everybody thing. Like, what you got your hands in your pants for? If he got his pants halfway off his butt, you dang right, I'm about to look at the peephole. What is you sagging for? Pull your pants up. You kind of scaring me. If he portrays himself to be a nice, well gentleman, seem like that he's coming off very respectful, then it's a chance that I just open the door and introduce myself to that young man.
So what it so what once again, what advice would you give to someone to deter them from being falsely racially profiled, whether it be a police officer? Because I noticed that when you uploaded that video, not the one with the police officer, but just the ones showing your tattoos, it was a lot of people who had something to say. And I'm just like, why are y'all so bothered by what this man is doing to his body? How do you handle that when people are so opinionated about what you're doing with your body? You're not harming anybody, but just on the sole principle of what you're doing with your body. How do you handle that?
It's working for the both of us. I get to be artistic. I get to express myself and the notion of of my choice, right? And they get to comment whatever they want. But here's the good part: I get the bonus. I get the analytics at the end of the week. I know what I'm doing. You see, that's what a lot of people don't know. People think us as content creators just come on here and we just go about our day. No, 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 no. Some of us plan things. And I know what I know exactly what I'm doing. Prime example, I just uploaded some shorts for me reacting to food. I made sure the thumbnail was sideways so they can see the rocket. They might not even care about food. Like, who is this fool that put a rocket on his face? Not knowing the meaning of the rocket. I know they about to come in a comment and say something, and then other people come and say something. So it's running up the analytics, and so it's working out on both our behalf. I'm very happy that it's happening. It's very difficult to try to plan comments, to try to plan to get people to come and leave bad comments. When you planning that out, it's like, yo, okay, what could I do? How could I do it? All right, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. And so it's working out pretty good. I'm very happy that it's happening. They thought that they was getting on me or getting on, but man, they've been running my analytics ain't been so high since I
Mm.
started putting them face tattoos on there. Sometimes I want to take the glasses off and just, you know what I'm saying?
So how do you deal with the negativity? How do you handle that? The trolls, as you would call them. How do you handle that?
um, I like to mess with them sometimes, like, some of my, like, I literally would try to educate them with a response video. Now, mind you, I really don't care about people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be responding." Sometimes it's fun because you get to not only respond to somebody, but to run your analytics up. This person don't even have to watch your response. 300 other people going watch the response, right? And so that's running your analytics up as well. And so I use that negativity to run my analytics up. It's a little bit of reverse psychology. So if I know that they got something to say, I might just respond to it with a video gaining me an extra 400 views based off of what they said. And so I actually take the negativity and I use it against them, and I use it in my positivity will.
I think it's really ironic how they claim they get on your platform and just say how they hate certain things or they don't like certain things about people, but you're subscribed, you watched. And it's like it's to me, it's just like, do you go to people's houses that you don't like? You know what I mean? Like make it make sense. Like I'm never going to somebody's house that I don't like. So it's like you get behind this screen and it's just like what did you really do? Like, what did you had your moment, but what did you do? You just like you said, you really helping that person with the algorithm. You're not stopping anything. Like, what was your purpose of making that comment? What was your goal? Because at the end of the day, it's some people that would ignore you, but it's some people that will clap back and will drag you, and then your commentary on their channel. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
Exactly.
what are we doing here? Like what was the purpose of you coming here? You subscribe. Now what? Now what? Because I know you known for exposing people and putting people, and they become your commentary. So when you do that, do you ever stop and think about, no, maybe I shouldn't do this, or I'm gonna just give them a pass?
No, but what I do think about, like, the comment has to be strong enough. Like, I'm not just gonna respond just because it's a hate comment. Somebody has said something like, yo, your tattoos just like ugly or like something like that, right? I'm like, that's not that. Like, I want you to really get on me. Like, say something that you really think is gonna hurt my feelings, and then I respond. So I would think about whether I really want to respond if the comment's strong enough. But as far as me, when I'm about to respond and say no, I'm not gonna give them this energy. No, 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 because I love when people, girlfriends and sisters and moms laugh at them based off of response they seen from TSM rappers. So now I get their girlfriends, their sister, their mom, their aunties, they all start subscribing to me because they play it off in front of you like, yeah, that's right, get on them real. Leave that comment. And then they go off on their own device and they search TSM rapper and come over here and comment and say, yeah, I'm the one that my brother commented. I'm sorry he was talking about you like that. So this is like this stuff really be happening. So it's all just funny and fun to me.
Someone said, whenever someone says something negative on my channel, I just ignore it. Hey, Ryan. Thank you for
Hello,
coming.
Ryan. Hello, Harms. Thanks for coming. I love that profile picture. A superwoman profile picture.
Um, my next question to you is TSM is you have been named the king of positivity by me. So being named the king of positivity, what positive affirmations do you tell yourself on a daily before you even go live, post a video, post a short, um, make a YouTube post? What do you do to motivate yourself? What positive affirmations do you say to yourself daily?
Hey, Betrays, thanks for coming in. I tell you what,
Hey,
Fanny.
Betray.
A lot of people don't actually talk to themselves, right? I would go literally look in a mirror, right? And just stare at myself and I would say something like, yo, you are definitely changing somebody's life or you are definitely being helpful to the community. Keep doing what you're doing, right? You got to think about it. Other people with the same organs, with the same structure, with the same comments as you do, tell you these things every so often, if not every day. So what's the problem with you telling yourself that and seeing if the motivation works a little bit more coming from the horse's mouth itself? And so I look in the mirror and make a positive quote about myself. Tell myself I'm handsome, something like that.
Ryan says, I want all the smoke on my channel. It helps the
It
algorithm.
does.
I know that's right, right.
It does.
I know that's right, Ryan. Ryan said he ain't backing down from nothing or nobody.
As a matter of fact, then I just tell you, funny. I think I sent you a screenshot. I said, yo, since I got these tattoos, my the skyrocket. Like negativity, people just don't know how much they probably out of all those comments and responses. I probably done gained 20,000 total views of just responding and the comments and all of that stuff. And so yeah, it definitely helps.
It's amazing how people think that their negativity is going to stop you from growing. It
Now,
it
so
it
here's the
really
thing with
doesn't.
that. Here's
It
the thing with
really
that.
doesn't.
A lot of them don't even really think that. A lot of them don't think that, but some of them is actually using that content. They're using your responses. They're using your replies somewhere on a different platform to help them grow. Some of these people have nothing but hate channels. I really thought it was like I didn't think it was a thing. Somebody told me that like, yeah, they got like hate channels. Make sure that. And I'm like, what you mean hate channel? Like they will literally have channels finding nothing but bad things about you, posting, screenshot, screen recording, all of that. And I'm like, yo, okay, maybe I shouldn't
Yeah, they
respond,
do.
but yeah,
They do. And I'm not about like videos. I'm just talking about in life general. Like people will really hate on you or dislike you or whatever the case may be. And they really believe in their hearts that they're stopping your blessings. It's like, no, you're not. You just exposing who you really are. And for me, I just feel like when I see people, just like Ryan, what he said he want all the smoke. Sometimes you just have to really just I don't believe on going back and forth with people, but sometimes some people just need to be like Ryan said, I want all the smoke. You know what I mean? Because some people they just really push you to the point to where you just be like, okay, you said enough, you done enough. Now let me respond to you. So is that ever your mentality sometimes when you just like, okay, I've given you a pass multiple times, I may have given you a pass once, But now I'm gonna give you the attention that you're begging for.
Oh, exactly. That happened several times. It was to the point I knew for sure the person wanted a response to kind of use it against me, and turn out I was correct. Somebody just kept making comments, derogatory comments under my videos, and I believe at the point you'll know exactly which story I'm figuring out. Just making kept making comments under the videos, and I'm like, dude, this is not like a rap song. Like, this is a song that's targeted towards kids, and I think the title was even something positive, like bullying. I don't know, something like "Don't bully" or something like that. And I respond to the guy, and come I go and somebody send me a video, and I go look at the video, and this guy has like a whole diss song, and this dude has like put together a video where he's using my response and replies in the comments and the music video, and it's like, and then he says something like, "See, you're not really bigger of a YouTuber as you think you is. You responding to little old me," and it's like, dude, what do you think you was gonna get at with this video? And so, and so, yeah,
So how do you handle people who feel like he's never gonna respond to me? And I'm not talking about hate comments or anything. I'm just talking about people who your supporters. That when you contact them, they're like, "This ain't TSM. This somebody playing on my phone, or this somebody playing in my email, or this somebody playing on my text message." How do you, when you reach out to people and you like, your famous yo, this is TSM, whatever the case may be. How do you handle people being excited, like he really responded, he really contacted me, he really reached out to me? What does that feel like for you?
shout out the outdoor family, by the way. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I had several of those experiences, but the most memorable ones was, I believe, it's Jayla, the lady Jayla. I'm woke. I remember getting on the phone, and it was so crazy because it was so loud in the background due to people. I'm thinking they screaming because they watching like a football game or something. It's like, that's not the TSM rapper from the YouTube, and she like, no, this is him. And then I guess she got the dot, and she was like, is this the real TSM? And say, send a picture. And I sent the picture, and she was like, no, you just using his picture and a video call. And once again, they go so crazy, the phone hang up. And she called back, and she was like, okay, y'all got to calm down. And, we get to talking, and it was very, very smooth, very cool. And so the second one was the young lady, I think she ended up leaving YouTube, but she was going to make another channel. I think you know who I'm talking about.
I'm
Um,
not.
I had to video call that young lady because she didn't believe it was me. There was the kid that I did the song for. Her parents called, and they was just like super unbelievable that it was me, and they was just thanking me so much. And even after the phone call, they sent the cash app with a note saying, "I know that your time is precious," and they sent like a $200. And so it's just like those type of experiences really like remind me of how much work I put in. And I believe me and you just talked about that the other night, where I sent you a bunch of screenshots, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy to see all of this work put in by one person, an unsigned artist at that.
Speaking of being an on-site artist, this is not for me. I'm just because I know, but being an on-site artist, have you ever thought, okay, there's people reaching out to me who really want to work with me, because you've done some great collabs with people. Um, have you ever just thought to yourself like, hmm, maybe I should sign? Or does being independent, you feel like it gives you the freedom that you wouldn't get if you was an industry artist?
This is my thing, right? I sign, right? Let's say I sign, right? They give me a bonus. Let's say they give me $50,000, right? That's alone. Let's say I put out some music. They actually promote me bigger than what I am, and so they help me, and I end up making that $50,000 back, and I paid them the money back that they signed me for. and that continues. What are they really helping me with outside of promoting me and giving me a loan that I have to pay back? What can a company do for me that I can't do for myself? But they do it faster, they do it with big promotion, and they do it worldwide. But there's always that catch. You have to pay back. Something goes wrong, you cannot put out no more music. You can't be up on the live stream like TSM just talking to Fanny. No, Fanny gonna have to go through the company that signed you onto their label under ink. And you think they about to answer Fanny? Who is Fanny? Who the hell is Fanny to them? You know what I'm saying? And so
Mm.
it's just things like that that scares me. I can't after I sign that and something goes bad, even if something don't go bad, let's say everything goes good. I can't get on here and make an intro song for Helen. I ain't gonna be able to do that. They gonna tell me the talent got to go through them, and I can't give them a price. They gonna tell Helen, here, look, here's our price, $10,000 plus a $5,000 fee. Like what? And so I want to be able to interact with people I know. I want to be able to talk with the community to help build me. I don't want to be isolated from them folks because I can't go live because I got to contact the company I'm signed with every single time I go live, tell them exactly how long I'm gonna be on the live so they can mark down how much money they're gonna create from the live. I'm fine. I want to be able to go on here when I want to. I want to be able to record music when I want to. I want to be able to have that freedom. Once you sign, all that freedom is gone. There's no rapper, even today, that signed to have their own pure freedom at all. Not one rapper that signed a record label, that signed to a record label that has the freedom to do what they want. Now, you can research it if you want to. There's not one rapper that can make a decision on his own at all. I was just looking at a situation where somebody just like me, a homie just like me, on YouTube, dude probably had 5,000 subscribers. His mom passed away, left him like $20,000. He took the $20,000 and got a verse from Drake. That was all he had. Got a verse from Drake, hoping that that song blow him up. Well, he put the song out, and the company that Drake signed to put a copyright infringement on that song. Got the song took down. That homie can't use that song ever again. The homie tried to take Drake to court. They say no. When you made that agreement for that, you signed that agreement for Drake to just do a verse for you. You didn't say for you was going to be able to put the verse out. You didn't say you was going to use that verse on platforms. You just said sign for Drake to give you a verse. And so this type of stuff that happens. And the homie contacted Drake to talk to him personally. Drake told him, I can't go over what my management have to say. He had to listen to what his management had to say. So he took the last from a young fan at that was probably 18 or just turned 18. Take the last from a young fan. They gotta hurt Drake deep down on that side. I don't think he wanted to do that, but he have to because of what he signed to. And so, that freedom to get taken away, you might as well be in jail, man. And they paying you to be in jail. That's just what it's like. You are in jail, and they're paying you to be popular in jail. That's what it's like for me. Even if you got a good deal, you still can't make a decision on your own. You can have the best deal where they say, you know what, you're such a golden artist. We're gonna bonus you $50,000, and you just pay us 10 back. And you go to the studio and make that $10,000 back the next day. And now they just paying you to put music out. And so the rest of your life, you getting paid to put music out. That sounds good, don't it? But you can't do what you want to do. You can't put music out when you want to. Your cousin wants you to do a song with him. Tell your cousin, forget about it. Go through your record label. If your mama wanted, if you had to sing at your mama funeral, if that company tell you you can't sing at your mama funeral or your family got to pay, man, your family gonna have to pay. And so it's just stuff like that I'm just uncomfortable with. I like my freedom as an artist. I'd rather be a broke artist that's struggling to sell a record than a filthy rich artist who have it all and can't make decisions on his own.
Okay, let me ask you this. This may or may not be a difficult question for you, but I'm just curious. What advice have I ever given you that you still hold near and dear to your heart and you just like, you know what? That's the best advice I received in a long time.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. There was this time I was getting agitated on YouTube due to some work related issues. And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just chill for a minute. I'm gonna hold back on YouTube. I'm about to go do music in the bars and etc. And you like, yo, what about that one little girl that you just did this thing for her birthday? What about her? When you leave YouTube, what about that one person? This so and so, and I'm like, you know what? You are absolutely right. One person make a difference. And that's what keep me on the lives even when the count is low. That keeps me going even when it's the view count is low. That keeps me going knowing that one person really make a difference and within the community. And so with you telling me that night that day, I believe it was after the performance for the little girl birthday, once you told me that, that kind of stuck with me till this day. And so numbers ain't really accounting to me. It's about what I put out and that one person that does matter.
Now with the nursery rhymes, I had made a playlist on my channel on the fan page. So if you haven't seen the nursery rhymes that TSM has been working on, they're all great. I made a playlist. Go check it out on the fan page, TSM Rapper One fan page. Go check out the playlist. With the rhymes that you have put out, I've been noticing all the positive feedback that you've been receiving. Like, I've been read comments like, we know about the daycare. People played it in the daycare. I told you about how me and Helen let our babies listen to it and the reactions that they have while listening to your music as well. Now, how would you feel about if your music was played into to help somebody with their alphabet, or in a physician's in a pediatric office, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. They use that for a child for rehabilitation purposes. And they reached out to you and like, hey, we want to purchase your song. What would be your response, your initial response if somebody reached out to you for your nursery rhymes? What would TSM say to that person, to that representative? What would you say?
Um, you know, I was always told as an artist not to sell your work, but to always release your work. But it's a strategical way to do things, and it's always a formatted plan. And so, the first one is definitely to be a sellout. And so I will be willing to do stuff like that, right? Only because I wanted to reach that particular field. And I'm absolutely glad that you um and so for about 3 months now, I've been trying to get a particular into a particular and I'd say as of last night, 7 o'clock, no, this morning, 7 o'clock AM. I received the email, a call from of course, and Superman, the song that I produced or the song that I wrote and recorded is now on the Fortnite online game that the kids are actually playing right now. It's now one of the songs in the playlist of Fortnite. And so now this is my disappointment of that because I wish I had it start on the children's nursery rhymes 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and start pushing that like I was pushing the That's Right Superman. Because now I got that on a video game. Especially an online video game. That's very ironic for me. And I want to talk about rhymes. And somebody was asking me, "Yo, is this what you're gonna chill out, making the melodies for a minute and focus on the kids' songs?" That's definitely the plan. I'm gonna see how far I can go with it. And so we got months ahead of the nursery children rhymes.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. You
Yeah, so if
making big
y'all,
moves. Congratulations.
yeah, for the people out there, if y'all kids play Fortnite, make sure that y'all know a YouTuber who got a song on Fortnite. That's right, Superman. The title right there. You can't miss it. For the first 3 months, it's gonna be free. I think it's gonna be like a 25 cents fee after that. But definitely, I really appreciate that.
Cause that's a Queen I Know Who I Am favorite song. So yeah, Queen.
Speaking
Shout
of,
out to
shout
you,
out to
boo.
Queen. She's definitely the top number one donator um, um, in existence for this channel. Paprika, thank you for coming in. If you can drop Cash App, I think we got 10 more minutes on here.
Hey,
Definitely
Paprika.
shout out to her. She's definitely the queen. For real, for real.
Yeah, she is for sure. Absolutely is. So I have another question. I know this information. I just want you to share with the people who may or may not know. Now we have something that's been put off. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but it's called Teacher's Pet. Can you talk about Teacher's Pet?
Um, I can. So what I plan on doing with teachers that pretty much already developed, but it's gonna be based once again. It's gonna be based novel like concept idea, and what we plan on structuring that into is more of a adventurous. Uh, I would say comical, but much on an adventurous, and it's gonna be based off of two teachers, just like how we have finally famous, right? Where we got two random people with the same ideas and they bump into each other and they use the two ideas to become a duo. Well, we have this with the teachers, but instead we have a group of comedic children that we are going to be teaching. She has a class, I have my own class. And so we're gonna end up meeting that way due to the students. And so it's gonna be one of those type of concepts. Definitely gonna be kid friendly. It's gonna be very cool. And so what I'm gonna try to do, I can't make any promises. By tonight, I'm gonna try to have at least half of the work done on the film that we already have. Because like I said, we only working on sound work. I may be up all night doing. I'm gonna get that did so we can get this thing fresh out to y'all so that we can start pet. And in the midst of us working on teacher's pet, there's gonna be something else cooking up in the background. You never know. We never know. The ideas just come up out of nowhere, but everything's definitely gonna be kid friendly as we trying to appeal that audience and the adults.
Now going back to for some of the people who may not know, um, Superman Good versus Evil. That was the first project that we did together. With Superman Good versus Evil, we had an awesome cast. Awesome cast. How would you rate Superman Good versus Evil from your current projects that you're working on? Would you say that's your numero uno, or how would you describe Superman Good versus Evil versus FSI, um, Almost Famous, and Teacher's Pet, and we have another one, a children's cartoon in the work as well. So it's a lot going on over
Um,
here. So
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Even today, they have newer cartoons of what I used to watch. You know, like Tom and Jerry, etc. And sometimes it's always number one, no matter how new they how better the next project was. That's gonna always be because it taught me how to produce for one, produce for two. That is the one project I never done a project with so many different YouTube, Alice, Queen, it's just like
yeah,
everybody. And so that right there is gonna be a mega hit for me. That's gonna be the one for me.
yeah, it was great to work with everybody, and it was just so it was a great experience for me, because I was learning as I was going on, and people really trusted me through the process. And it was surprising to see your response, the people that I got to work, because you were just like, no, they too busy. They ain't gonna be available. And when I contacted you, like, hey, Queen said she on board. DT said he was on board. Josh on board. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like when everybody came together, it was a collective effort. It was never, oh, I'm too busy. I'm not available. Can we do it that day, this day? It would be times I would contact people last minute and they were like, hey, we out to dinner, or we at a movie, or we out of town. But they took the time to send their voiceovers over. So
The thing with that, this is the thing with that, right? I see. I mean, and I'm not. a lot of YouTubers, um, they go live and they have several on their platform. Sometimes I see up to 10 people on their platform. When they do this live, they all have live sessions, and I say, yo, cool, right? I say, how difficult would it be to? That'd be cool if we can do that, do a project. If we can get like different YouTubers, all different platforms, to come together and do one project, the coolest thing for the community, and which it turned out to be. And so, definitely proud of that one right there. It's definitely gonna be that's gonna be a classic in my book right there.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Now, my last question, because we at the 56-minute mark. My last question to you is: would you say me being your manager, am I difficult to please? Am I hard? Am I hard on you?
You know, I would say this. Now, I ain't gonna lie. You not hard on me, but you've made me, and I want to say it like in a forceful way, caused me to make decisions that I would have never made on my own in a good way because sometimes when you are the chicken that's being cooked, you can't taste yourself. You don't know how delicious your meat is. You don't know how rotten your meat is. Sometimes it takes for the next person to see you or taste you um, and tell you, you need to be cooked. Yo, you don't need to cook it. You got the wrong seasonings around you. And so, I know you really like that seasoning right there, TSM, but it's not doing anything for you. Move yourself from that seasoning, and so, and so doing that in a process of trusting you, I've learned that it not only elevated me, but it elevated the platform. And um, do you piss me off? Yes, of course. Do you not move fast enough? Do you not move fast enough for me? Duh. But I don't think I need like a nice combat manager. I need a manager that's gonna be like, nah, that ain't it, bro. Nah, you tripping. I don't care if you get mad, still gonna be in your life. Hello, so I need that. And so yeah, you definitely manager for me. Not everybody around be cushy and cuddly and soft. Sometimes you need that enforcer or that combat enforcer, in which you play a hell of a role at. And so I'm proud of your position.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We almost at the 58-minute mark. Is there any closing words you would like to say to anyone, the Cloud Watchers? And I just want to say thank you for the Cloud Watchers and the replay game. Thank you so much. We can't forget about you because you are instrumental in helping the channel grow. And I just personally want to say thank you and I appreciate you.
Yo, speaking of you, you take from you get yo. Speaking of yo, I
Mhm.
want y'all to tap in with Yo Poly. We got Mate Black, of course, we got Molasses Black, and we got Jet Black. Y'all tap in. Make sure that y'all also go to the spread shop. We got some merch there, people that say fire, fire. I've brought merch before from other. My merch is that top notch. What you pay for, what you get. It's definitely one of those type of seasons. As a matter of fact, once we get off here, I'm about to get on and encourage my manager to get her one of these uniform shirts from the online shop. And I encourage y'all, like I said, we got stickers. Y'all can get y'all a button for three, even if y'all ain't really got it like that. Like, go grab y'all a button for $3 or $4 at the TSM spread shop. Everything is for a positive cause, people. Y'all can encourage kids when y'all wearing this. Kids be out like, oh, TSM got good music for the kids. They come over here, they stop singing. Now they're singing ABCs with TSM and Fanny, and we can just turn the kids around. And one thing I want to say for y'all, let things pee you off, frustrate you, upset you. Never allow anything to take joy and your happiness, man. Fanny, you have any encouraging words you tap out?
And to add to that, remember, guys, your strength lies within. And until next time, God bless. Good night, everybody.